Hello everybody, it's Ben here again. I'm going to do a swipe painting today. So I'm still new to this and I'm having fun, but it'd be good if you could subscribe so that way you can see new videos as I post them. But I'll get stuck into it. So I'm just going to do a two-sided swipe. This side I'm going to put 3 colours. This side I'm going to put 3 colours, and I'll put black down the middle and swipe them either way over. So I kind of get like a half-half painting. So on one side I'm using Geraldo magenta and melon sorbet, which is a limited edition newer colour that came out quite recently. And this is a brand new colour that I only saw like 3 days ago. So dark blueberry, which is virtually a nice grey colour. But as soon as I saw that, I had to get it because I don't actually have a grey and I quite like it. They had another blueberry, which is like a soft blue, but I haven't put that in this painting yet. I'm going to try that in another one. So that will all be on the backs on this side here. On this side, I'm going to have warm blue, which is one of my older paints, so it's still in the global range. And ultraviolet, which is another Geraldo, and turquoise, because as we know I brought a few more turquoise than I had planned. And the swipe colour is just going to be black, which is another global black, but I haven't got the bottle next to me for the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a line just so I know where the middle is. So I keep the colours on that side and keep these colours on this side. Now, I'm pretty sure I made up enough paint, but we will see, because I'm still learning all the ins and outs of the colours and how much paint to use and everything. So I mixed up 2 drops of Helmar silicone oil in each of the colours except for the black. So now it's just a matter of putting these down. So I'm going to try not to put too much right in the middle, but I want a fair bit, because last time I did it I put too much black in the middle and it made the painting very, very dark. So I thought this time I'll make sure I do the black bit a lot more thinner. So all I'm trying to do is just cover the canvas. The hard part about doing this two-sided tilt is, or two-sided swipe, sorry, is when I go to tilt it, I can only tilt it a little bit. Because if I tilt it too much, I get the pink side over on that side and the bluer side over on the pink side, where I really want it to be one side or the other. So the best way for me to do it is try to get as much of the paint on the actual canvas as I can to cover it, so I'm not having to do much tilting. So this is this is an opaque colour, this dark blueberry one, and so is the melon sorbet. But the magenta down at the bottom, I don't know if I think it is a full transparent, but it could just be a semi-transparent. I'd have to check the bottle to know for sure. But I just thought these colours looked quite nice, and I thought they would go well together. So, as I always say, it's just a matter of having fun. Nothing has to be perfect. I'm just trying to enjoy ourselves with our paints and our pours, and the more enjoyment we get out of it, the more we're going to continue to paint. Because ultimately, if you're not having fun, you're not really doing it right. That's what I say about nearly everything that I do as a hobby. If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. So, and I think I am going to have enough paint, which is good, because I was really worried I was going to be a little bit short. So I might slightly tilt this now while I got this one colour on this side. I don't want to over tilt it, but I just want to cover nearly all of those empty spots. If there's a couple of spots that aren't covered, they will end up being covered when I swipe across. But the more of it I can get covered now, the better. I'm going to just put a little bit on this corner bit right here, because that's where I seem to get the most issues, is right there on that join. So it's flowed over that side quite well, not so much over this side. So I'm going to tilt it slightly, a bit more. The sides aren't hugely important. I do like to have them covered. I may just help that bit that's drizzling down along a little bit more. That way I know it is done. And that's the other advantage when doing a swipe. You kind of get the little gaps, usually end up always filling in. And if the colours are mixed a little bit, it doesn't make a difference. You don't want them over mixed, but if they're mixed a bit, that's cool. That's what makes it fun. So, and I quite like swipes. I used to watch Julie do the swipes, and that's probably what got me mostly interested in doing this painting in the first place. I like pours, but I think I like swipes more. A little bit more easier, I think, for me. I don't know, I find them just a little bit easier. So here we go on this side. I'm just going to do that. I think, yeah, I haven't got a perfect camera and tripod set up yet. Just using what I have at home, because I'm just trying to see whether I enjoy the videos. Oh, I'm pretty sure I will, because I'm not going to stop doing this ever. So, but as you go, I think at the moment I'm spending most of my spare money on paints. So I haven't brought new camera equipment. Now we go with this one. So all of these I mixed. It was about 1.5 to 1. So 1.5 floetrol to 1 paint. And then I added a bit of water if they needed it. Certain colours are definitely more thicker than others. I find the turquoise is quite thin, and a lot of the new colours or the limited editions, I am finding them thinner than some of the older colours that I use. This ultraviolet seems to be one of my thicker ones, so I had to add more water to this. But it wasn't very much water, it was just a couple of drops just to make, well, a couple of squirts just to make it the same consistency as the others. And the black is 2 floetrol to 1 paint, and I added a little bit of water to that as well because I need that to be thinner. So now I've got to try to make sure I can cover all these little gappy bits with the turquoise. So what happened with the turquoise was I ordered it, but I was in such a rush that I must have hit the 1 key twice. So I ended up ordering 11 instead of 1, which I don't mind because it's a colour I'm going to use all the time because I love it. But because I was in a rush, I didn't even check the receipt. But it was on sale, so I didn't really notice the price because it was still cheaper than what I normally would have paid for when I got all my other stuff as well, because I always try to get extras, so the total works out to be where I get free postage. So I usually get them at places where I can get free postage, or if you spend a certain amount you get free postage. Or I go to the shop and buy these, but sometimes, like especially lately, the paint stores have actually been getting quite low on some of the colours. So I've had to actually order a little bit more online just to get the colours I want, which isn't always a bad thing. So again, I'm just trying to make sure that these sides have got some colour on them. Usually some will fall off the sides as I do the swipe and things like that. But if I just try to cover it with what's already half falling over the edge, then I know that it's covered at least. But I do know that it will end up running over and covering the edges anyway. So because this is the second side, I'm trying not to tilt this side, because then this side here is going to start tilting, and that's not what I want just yet. So, because then if I mix the two sides together, it will just end up being too much. It's too hard to keep this side even while I'm trying to level out that one. But there I go. So there's my two sides covered. I think I'm actually going to get a lot of grey. So I'm just going to try and get some of those colours into that top part. I'm still trying to work out how to, normally I do my paintings probably a little bit more slower, but I'm trying not to make the video too long, so I'm doing a little bit quicker, and because I'm talking, I'm probably not concentrating as much as I normally would. Oh. Oops. Little drop. Okay, so that's pretty much covered. Now the only thing I forgot to set up before I did this was a paper towel to clean my swipe off with. I've just got my paper towel on the side here. I get a couple for my hands because I know I'll stick my hand in there somewhere. We all try our best not to get fingers and arms in our canvases, but it never seems to always work out. This is just the file divider that I use. Julie's recommended using these, and I'm quite happy with them. They seem to work quite well for me. So I think I've got a tiny bit of purple. So that doesn't seem too bad. Quite like that grey colour with the magenta's not really popping through, but the melon sorbet is, and I love that melon sorbet colour. So now a couple of my cups are in my way, so I'm moving them. Oops, I'm going to pull that slightly out of camera. There we go, it's a bit better. Now I missed that tiny edge. So I'm just going to use a little swipey card. Just do that edge. Now it's not perfect, but it will do. Sorry, I seem to always get a frog in my mouth every time I go to talk. So now I'm going to turn this around. With paint on my fingers. And I'm just going to check that it's still in frame. Yep, it is. So look at that. That colour's coming up beautiful. Same with over here. And that, I'm really happy with that dark blueberry colour. Well, it's really, to me, it's a grey. But I love that. It's not, I think it's actually harder for sometimes men to pick out colours, because I'm trying to put these in my home, and I want them to be a bit more masculine. And it's not always easy to find masculine colours, because really the magenta and the melon sorbet aren't really masculine. But when they are mixed with this grey, there's not enough of it to, there's not enough of the feminine colours in there to kind of make it stand out. So it just, I don't know, I really like it. I love colour. My house is predominantly greys in neutral tone, but I use things like my photography and my paintings to give my house colour. So it's my little way of bringing the colour in without it being too overwhelming. So now I'm going to pull this one across the side. And those colours have mixed through probably a little bit better than the first side. There's a bit more variety there. So just trying to wipe off my swipey. My swipe thing. And I'm making a mess. That's nothing new for me, especially not when I'm doing my paintings. Oh, fantastic. This is really, I'm really happy with this. Still a decent amount of black in the middle, but it's probably not too much in my eyes. So then I'm just going to get this side. Oh, I'm absolutely loving this. And as these cells will get better and better, I am super happy with this. And that's what I love about it. I really do like swipes. I know I've already said that, but I think they suit, I don't know, they're just something I quite enjoy. I did get one little streak from where the join was, because I did that half and then I had to do the second part there, so I got a little streak, but it's not over the top, so I'm not really going to stress about it. I don't like trying to fix things. I think I mess them up more than fixing. Got one little edge which I always seem to miss. Fantastic. So yeah, definitely getting some colour come up. This one is a lot more different colours, I find, when that there's probably more grey. But that does not worry me. Now, blowtorch time, which is usually a little bit noisier when I'm doing a recording. I find my blowtorch keeps adjusting itself from being a high flame to a low flame to a high flame. I can't seem to get it to stay at the one level. So I'm just going to do what I've been told to do, which is keep it high and keep it moving. So it's not sitting in one spot for too long. So I can see more cells popping up. That could be cells, or it could also be air bubbles from the paint. Now I'll go back over this side. I do have a feeling it's probably more air bubbles that I'm seeing than actual more cells coming up. I think the cells were already there that were going to be there. Alrighty, I'm going to leave it as that. So now, that's virtually it. I just have to leave it. The cells will keep growing, but I am super happy. So let me just see if I can get this over the top. So my light is on that side, which is making that a little bit lighter, but those the colours are actually coming up a bit more darker. See if I can get closer and whether it will show. Yeah, see there. That's come up really amazing. So a decent amount, a lot of grey, but I think that's good for me. So it's given me the pink and the melon colour without being over the top. This side here has definitely got more colour coming through, but again, the turquoise is probably the main colour that is showing up in the cells. I've got the purple and the blues, but not as many. But I am getting some multicoloured cells in there. And even down in here, there's definitely some multicoloured cells. So yeah, the glare from the light is making it a little bit harder. But there we go. So that's my swipe. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. And yeah, if you want to see more, because I'm going to be doing more videos, please subscribe. And if you like it, push the like button and let me know what you think, because I'm still learning. I'm especially learning how to use cameras. So it'll be good for some feedback. Okay, thanks so much, everyone. Bye.